Good evening, and thank you for letting us be here. Harold and Chuck, thank you for holding this forum for us to speak. And I know that Mr. Bergsman and myself agree on one big thing. Running for anything is hard. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a dad and a stepdad of 6 kids, from 26 to 12. I attended school at Stephen F. Austin State University. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice. I have a law degree from Oklahoma City University. Of course, that's in Oklahoma City. I'm a Dallas and Texas native. I have lived in Dallas for about 46 years, and I've lived here for a couple of years. During my 25-year career as an attorney, I've been trained as a mediator. I have been a professional mediator, and a mediator is someone that's trained in the facilitation of disputes and bringing parties to a conclusion, and that's valuable experience in this office. I've also been privileged to be trained by the Alliance Defense Fund. They are a group that is basically the arch nemesis to the ACLU, and they constitutionally trained me in the defense of religious liberties. But what I really want to talk to you about tonight, other than myself, because other than that, guys, it gets pretty boring, is why should we vote in the Republican primary? Our party is blessed with a platform, which says many things. In the preamble, it talks about the most important or significant thing I saw in there: free people and free markets can solve challenges that we face, not government. The major principles of the platform call for a respect for the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Founding Fathers' intent to limit federal government. It calls for the abolition of federal agencies that are involved in activities not delegated by the Constitution, such as the Federal Department of Education. It even calls for the abolition of the Internal Revenue Service. It calls for the abolition of our property tax, recognizing that property ownership is fundamental to freedom. It states that life is sacred and valuable, created in God's image from fertilization to natural death. It calls to overturn Roe versus Wade. It states that equal opportunity is a right, but equal outcome is not. It acknowledges that our rights are not negotiable and that freedom demands personal responsibility. Spending is out of control, and it was enabled to be such by the Federal Reserve. It states that marriage, an institution of religion, is equal to one man and one woman, and that the family is responsible for its own welfare, its own education, its own moral training, and its own conduct. Competition improves education. It acknowledges that a well-educated public is fundamental to the continued success of our republic. It calls for that the future of our country depends upon a strong private sector, free markets, without excessive government regulation. It calls for peace through strength. It calls for the right to personal safety, acknowledged by the right to keep and bear arms. We strayed from these principles, both the Republican Party and the Democrats, over the years, and so have our elected officials. And we need to get back to the fundamental platform principles that we just talked about. There's some word going around that perhaps I'm running for county chair only because of what happened in the 2008 election. Convention, I'm sorry. And I want to tell you that while that's part of it, that's not the reason. The reason is because I want to guide the party back to what it's supposed to be. The 2008 convention was a symptom of a bigger disease. And it's not just here, it's everywhere in our party. And that's why I'm running for county chair, because like so many of you, I too have noticed a growing dissatisfaction with the way things have been going in our parties. Conservative government became big government. Giving up individual liberties have become commonplace in the government. It led to growth of tea parties and liberty groups because of this increasing frustration and dissatisfaction in the Republican Party from the top to the bottom. We have forgotten our founding principles for the small government and for the checks and balances system that is provided. Where big government is okay as long as we're in charge. Where favors are doled out like ice cream cones. It's time that we rebuild a conservative majority. We need to return power to the states, and we can do this by standing on principles. And when we do that, we'll make a huge difference. And it all starts right here at the county level. I'm running for county chair to bring integrity back to our party. This is done in 3 major areas. Through restoring the rule of law, restoring accountability of candidates and our officials, and bringing in transparency in the local party business.